You've been lied to about the biggest shark that ever lived. You've been told the same story your whole life. Megalodon was the ultimate predator, the apex of apexes. 40 to 60 feet of muscle, teeth the size of your hand, a bite force that could crush a car like cardboard. Nothing hunted it. Nothing challenged it. Nothing even came close. That story is comforting, clean, simple, and completely wrong. Because there was exactly one creature in Earth's history that could have killed a fully grown megalodon. Not by accident, not by luck, but head to head. And once you understand what that animal was, how it hunted, and why it mattered, Megalodon stops looking like the final boss of the ocean. It starts looking like prey. It just didn't realize the game had changed. All right, before this gets controversial, let's ground ourselves. Megalodon lived roughly 23 to 3.6 million years ago. It dominated warm oceans worldwide. It specialized in killing whales. Actual whales, juveniles, adults, bone-crushing, organ-destroying attacks. This wasn't hype. The fossil evidence backs it up. Bite marks on whale ribs, vertebrae snapped clean through, teeth embedded in skulls. So when paleontologists say something could kill Megalodon, they don't mean hypothetically. They mean structurally, anatomically, behaviorally. And today, I'm going to walk you through 3 things. First, why Megalodon wasn't as invincible as pop culture makes it seem. Second, the emergence of a predator that hunted the same prey but played by completely different rules. And third, the moment in Earth's history where the balance of power quietly flipped. And yes, by the end, you will know the name of the only creature that could have ended Megalodon in a fair fight. Picture the Miocene Ocean, about 13 million years ago. The water is warmer than today. Sea levels are high. Whale diversity is exploding. Baleen whales, toothed whales, everything from small fast swimmers to massive slow-moving filter feeders. This is a buffet built specifically for giant predators. Megalodon thrives here. It's a pursuit predator, built for ambush speed. A massive, triangular-toothed shark with a wide gape and an overwhelming first strike. It doesn't need to be subtle. It needs to be decisive. One bite to the chest. One crushed rib cage. Lungs collapse. Blood loss. Shock. Done. But here's the first crack in the legend. Megalodon was specialized. Very specialized. Its entire body plan revolved around speed, momentum, and a single catastrophic bite. Miss that bite, or face something that doesn't panic, doesn't flee, and doesn't bleed out quickly. And suddenly the math changes. Now hold on to that thought. Because somewhere else in the same ocean, a different kind of predator was evolving. One that didn't rely on cartilage. One that didn't rely on teeth falling out and being replaced. One that didn't attack like a shark at all. Imagine a whale, but not the kind you're thinking of. Not gentle. Not filtering plankton. Imagine a whale built like a torpedo, with a skull over 10 feet long, teeth as thick as railroad spikes, a jaw designed not to slice, but to grab, hold, and destroy. This animal existed. Its name was Livyatan melvillei. And this is where things get uncomfortable for the Megalodon myth. Livyatan wasn't just a big sperm whale cousin. It was a macropredatory whale. That means it actively hunted large animals, not squid. Its teeth were among the largest of any predator ever, rivaling megalodons in size, but completely different in function. Thick, conical, built to withstand bone-on-bone stress. Here's the holy shit moment. Livyatan didn't just hunt whales. It hunted the same whales Megalodon did. Same size class. Same ecosystems. Same time period. 2 apex predators. 1 food source. 1 ocean. That never ends peacefully. Now I know what you're thinking. Megalodon was bigger. Stronger bite. End of discussion. Not so fast. Shark skeletons are made of cartilage. Strong, flexible, lightweight. Amazing for speed. Terrible for taking blunt force trauma. Livyatan skeleton? Solid bone. Dense, reinforced, designed to absorb impact. Its skull alone was a battering ram. And unlike Megalodon, Livyatan had something sharks never had. A brain built for complex behavior. Spatial awareness. Strategy. Possibly even cooperation, like modern orcas. Imagine this encounter. Megalodon charges. High speed, mouth open, going for the kill shot. But Livyatan doesn't turn sideways and flee like a whale. It turns toward the threat. That massive skull takes the impact. Teeth clamp down. Not slice, clamp. And once Livyatan has a grip, it doesn't let go. This isn't a bite and release predator. This is a grab and destroy predator. To put this in perspective, modern orcas regularly kill great white sharks. They flip them, ram them, bite the liver out with surgical precision. And great whites are not small animals. Livyatan was an orca scaled up to nightmare proportions, armed with teeth meant for crushing bone and a brain capable of learning patterns. If Megalodon was a living guillotine, Livyatan was a grappler with a sledgehammer for a head. And here's the statistic that should make you pause. Livyatan's bite force is estimated to rival or exceed that of Tyrannosaurus rex, not per pound, total force, in water. That means Megalodon wasn't facing an inferior predator. It was facing an equal operating on a completely different combat philosophy. Now here's where it gets worse. Megalodon needed warm, stable oceans. It relied on nursery grounds for its pups. Shallow coastal waters. Predictable prey migrations. Livyatan didn't. As a mammal, it regulated its own body temperature. It could move into colder waters, follow prey further, stay active longer. As the Miocene cooled and ocean currents shifted, whales began changing their behavior, migrating differently, diving deeper, becoming faster. Megalodon struggled. Livyatan adapted. This wasn't a single battle. It was a long war of attrition, competition, stolen kills, disrupted hunts. Juveniles attacked, territory contested. And remember earlier when we talked about specialization? This is where it comes back to finish the job. Megalodon was too perfect for a world that was disappearing. Its size became a liability. Its need for massive calorie intake became a weakness. Its reliance on ambush speed failed against a predator that could think, learn, and respond. Livyatan didn't need to outbite Megalodon every time. It just needed to survive long enough for the ocean to tip the scales. And eventually, it did. By around 3.6 million years ago, Megalodon was gone. Not replaced, not transformed. Just erased. Livyatan vanished too, not long after. But for a brief window in Earth's history, these two animals coexisted. And only one of them had the tools to kill the other outright. So when people ask, what killed Megalodon? The honest answer isn't climate alone, or prey loss alone, or competition alone. It was pressure. From a smarter, bone-crushing rival that attacked the same food chain from a completely different angle. The only creature that could have killed Megalodon wasn't bigger. It wasn't faster. It was thinking on a different level. And that's the part that should stay with you. Evolution doesn't just reward strength. It rewards adaptability, flexibility, the ability to change when the rules do. Megalodon ruled the ocean like a king. Livyatan hunted it like a challenger. And history doesn't remember kings who couldn't adapt. If this shook your idea of prehistoric oceans, good. Because next time, we might talk about the animal that hunted before fear even existed.